We hope you feel inspired to take the time to prepare for a possible evacuation and to discuss wildfire safety with your family and prepare a go bag. Remember to know 2 ways out and have a backup plan in case you cannot take your car.
Hello, I am Rick Navarro, Mill Valley's Chief of Police. It is my department's responsibility to coordinate the evacuation process, and I would like to talk you through the steps you need to take to prepare and guide yourself and your family through a safe evacuation. Many residents of Mill Valley and southern Marin live in the WUI, the wildland-urban interface. The WUI is the area of town where homes are in or near woodland vegetation and are especially susceptible to wildfires. Due to climate change, fire seasons are becoming longer and stronger, and we all need to learn to be prepared to leave our homes and be able to move to a safer area quickly. All residents in southern Marin have received the No 2 Ways Out brochure in the mail. This shows important evacuation information and a map of your community. Familiarize yourself with the ways out of your neighborhood and your possible evacuation routes, and decide on different ways to evacuate from your home and your street. In Mill Valley, look for your closest steps, lanes, and paths. Print out a copy of a map showing your evacuation routes and put it in your go bag. Prepare a go bag for each family member with items that you need to be comfortable. Keep these bags near your primary exit or underneath your beds. Because first responders may want you to move fast, create a grab and go checklist of important daily and precious items that you can collect quickly and that you don't want to leave behind during an evacuation. Pets, pet leashes, carriers, wallet and cash, keys, medication and medical devices, cell phones, laptops, hard drives, and chargers, important financial documents and passports, small family heirlooms, and photos. Sign up for alerts. Notifications during an emergency are essential to a successful evacuation. We use a number of tools to communicate with Marin residents during an emergency. Our primary alert systems are Alert Marin, Nixle, the LRAD system, and the high-low siren. And this summer, a new tool called Zone Haven will be another important alert program for our residents. Alert Marin is operated by the Marin County Sheriff's Office, and once you sign up, you will receive alerts for emergency evacuations, wildfire, flooding, and other public safety incidents where lives may be at risk. Nixle is a private company that contracts with our first responder agencies and is used when information is needed in a specific zip code for events like police activity, road closures, post-disaster information about shelters and services, and other public safety information. LRAD. In 2019, the City of Mill Valley installed an LRAD, or long-range acoustic device. This alert system will work in an emergency regardless of power or cell phone outages. LRAD emergency alert systems are unique in that they can project siren and voice recordings to alert and inform community members during a disaster.
You would receive additional instructions to evacuate, move to a community refuge area, or specific information.
The new sirens in Mill Valley are the first land-based LRAD system in Marin and can be found in Cascade, Blythedale, Warner Canyons, Scott Valley, and atop Mill Valley City Hall. High-low siren. The most recent addition to our messaging system is the new high-low siren adopted by the Marin County Sheriff's Office and the police departments of Mill Valley, Sausalito, and Central Marin. The high-low siren is a two-tone siren that makes a very distinctive sound and is only used for immediate evacuation notifications in a large area and during an extreme emergency. In a small evacuation situation or when more time is available, officers will go door to door to notify residents. If you hear the high-low siren, it means one thing only: evacuate immediately. So remember, when you hear the high-low, it's time to go. Zone Haven, a new mapping application called Zone Haven, which provides police and fire officials with real-time data on emergency and fire risk, will help deliver evacuation instructions to Marin County residents. When Marin authorities identify a threat, they can use the app to push evacuation warnings and orders to residents of specific zones. Look for more information about this new resource in the coming months. So now that you are thinking about the preparations you need to make ahead of a possible evacuation, let's talk about evacuation terms and the evacuation process. In Marin County, fire agencies and law enforcement will use the terms evacuation order, evacuation warning, and shelter in place to alert you to the significance of a danger. An evacuation order means leave now. If you hear there's an evacuation order, evacuate immediately. An evacuation warning means evacuate as soon as possible. A short delay to gather valuables and prepare your home might be okay, but do leave immediately if you feel unsafe. Shelter in place means to remain in your current location or in an unburnable area. A shelter in place alert may be required when an evacuation is either too dangerous or unnecessary.
Red flag days.
During red flag days, which means that conditions are ripe for a wildland fire, monitor information sources and look, listen, and smell for changes outside. Locate your go bags and have your checklist easily accessible. Keep your car gassed up, park your vehicle facing outward, and know where your car keys are. And be sure you know how to activate your garage door without power. Have your pet carriers and crates nearby, and be sure everyone in your family knows your evacuation plans ahead of time, and using only one vehicle per household. If time allows, check on your at-risk or vulnerable neighbors and be sure they have a ride. Evacuating does not always mean evacuating by car. If you have advance notice and are prepared to leave, vehicles can be a primary evacuation option, but we all need to plan for alternatives. In some situations, riding a bike or walking might be your best option to get to safety quickly. Should an evacuation be necessary, our incident commanders will issue an evacuation order and will determine the areas to be evacuated and escape routes to use. Law enforcement officers will direct the evacuation and will keep intersections open and moving, but their resources may be limited. Evacuating early, before an evacuation is ordered, can help keep our roads clear of congestion. And please recognize that evacuation can take time. Traffic will move along, but it may feel like it's moving at a snail's pace. So please be patient and remain calm.
Community refuge areas, CRAs.
Now I am going to talk to you about one of our other evacuation strategies, moving residents to community refuge areas, like this open space here at Edna McGuire School. So what happens if you can't drive out due to severe traffic congestion, a rapidly approaching fire, or blocked roads, and your only way to safety is to leave by walking or biking? This is where the community refuge area, or what we call a CRA, comes into play. Community refuge areas are large open spaces far from dry grass, brush, or trees. Playgrounds, parking lots, golf courses, and other large open areas with pavement or irrigated lawns can provide safety for short periods. Throughout the Southern Marin area, the fire departments have identified several CRAs that are in close proximity to many neighborhoods. These CRAs are survivable and defensible and can be used to wait out a fire. During the 2017 North Bay fires and during the Camp Fire in Paradise, residents were able to survive fires that destroyed their homes by taking shelter in large open spaces like these CRAs. If you are able to evacuate by car, remember to stay calm. Law enforcement can successfully move a large number of vehicles through intersections. Remember that your car provides protection from heat, smoke, and falling embers. Visibility during a wildfire event may be poor, so turn on your lights and move cautiously. The presence of flames near the roadway does not necessarily mean your way out is blocked. You can usually drive safely when there is fire burning on the roadsides. If an alternate route is available and your main route is blocked, take it. Try to drive away from the fire if possible and take the shortest route to a valley floor if you are on a hillside. Do not leave your vehicle unless there are no other options or your car is on fire. Leaving your car is a last resort. You are almost always safer in a car or a building. Do not abandon your car on the roadway. If you have to continue evacuating on foot, park your car off the road. First responders will determine when it is safe for evacuees to return to their homes. This will be done as soon as safely possible. And when you return home, be alert for down power lines and check your property closely for any hidden embers or smoldering fires. Thank you for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you'll be inspired to take the time to prepare for a possible evacuation and to discuss wildfire safety with your family. Remember to closely follow instructions from local authorities. We will provide the latest recommendations based on the threat to our community and appropriate safety measures. Prepare now so that you can be ready to go.